Hello everyone and welcome back to TheBasics, where today we're going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned and we'll get right into the video. Alright, so as you guys just heard, today I'm going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch, which I kind of have right here. How this is going to work is I'm going to give some reasons why I like the Nintendo Switch, why I dislike the Nintendo Switch, and then something you need to know before purchasing because it's something someone can easily overlook and you just don't want to overlook it. So just to get started, I'm going to start off with the likes, then I'm going to talk about the dislikes, and then I'm going to get to what you should know before purchasing the Nintendo Switch. The number one reason, these aren't in any particular order, but the number one thing that I really liked and noticed about the Nintendo Switch is the portability. I love how portable it is. I love how you can be connecting this to your dock and then you're able to actually play it, you know, on your TV. And then if you gotta go somewhere, for example, Walmart, school, work, you just plop it out and you can take it with you. It's as easy as that. There's no problem with it. I've had no issues with it. Nothing at all, and that's just something that I really loved about this Nintendo Switch. And this is why I'm going to keep an eye out on Nintendo Switch. So if they release any new products, you best believe I'm going to be one of the first people to actually receive it or wait in line. At least I'm going to try to start waiting in line. But yeah, I actually really love how portable it is. That was my first reason. Now the second reason why I love the Nintendo Switch is I love that immediately once you purchase the Nintendo Switch, unbox it, you can literally play two players right off the bat. You literally just take off the Joy-Cons. So for example, boom, I just pop this sucker out. Player 1, player 2, as long as the game is compatible with two players, it's as simple as that. I love how right off the bat you can literally just purchase it and boom, you got two controllers practically. So how it works is if you purchase a PS4 or an Xbox 360, it comes with normally one controller and you're forced to purchase another controller, which usually costs around $60. Sometimes you can find them for cheap, $30. I really loved how the Nintendo Switch came already with the two actual Joy-Cons that can be used as separate controllers. Now normally how you guys just saw the console, there's a left trigger, which is this, and a right trigger, and then there's technically an L2, R2. When you switch this to first player, like play it separately, see if I can get it to load. These actually become your left trigger and your right trigger, which that's something that I find completely amazing. So practically this becomes its own controller with its left trigger, right trigger, and then your buttons to control the game. That's something that I really love. I've played it for practically, let's just say 10 hours with just my nephew playing first player, me playing second player. Didn't really have any trouble with that. I'll get more into that later. Another feature that I really love about the Nintendo Switch is the Joy-Con grip. Now that's gonna come to a shocker because I've had a fair few of individuals that I've seen on YouTube, whether saying this is a terrible product, saying this is a great product. Now my position on it is I absolutely love this grip. I love everything about this grip. I've played the entire Super Mario Odyssey. I've practically, I wouldn't say 100% of the game, but maybe I 80% of the game, and I absolutely love this Joy-Con grip. I think it's the best thing to come with a console now. It feels smooth, it fits right in my hands. I don't really understand why people are hating on this. The main reason that people don't like it, it's not a main reason, it's a reason that people don't like it, is it doesn't charge your Joy-Cons. But that's another thing I didn't have problems with. The Joy-Cons usually last a while, if I recall 20 hours, with the console reaching 2.4 hours to 6 hours, but I'll talk more about that later. But I've had no problems with my Joy-Cons not being charged, and I've played Mario for maybe 10 hours. No, that's a bit much. Not 10 hours consecutively, but 10 hours within, you know, a certain frame. And I've had no problems with this. I absolutely love this product. It was smooth. It just feels like a normal controller. I absolutely love it. I've got nothing to complain about this Joy-Con. I highly recommend it. And yeah, this is just something I can't really complain about. I loved it. Now another feature that I loved about the Nintendo Switch, and that I personally haven't had problems in, I know some other YouTubers have had problems with the Nintendo Switch, with this feature in particular, is that sometimes there's latency problems. So for example, when the Nintendo Switch is docked in the dock and you're playing a game, whether that's with a Joy-Con grip or not, sometimes the game has it has latency. It's a word for latency, where it lags practically. It's sketchy. It's not really responding right off the bat. Like when you press a button, it doesn't move on the TV or your monitor. I have not had that issue. Like I just said, I played the entire Mario Odyssey and I've had no issues. I played pinball. I did some other Mario Classic games and I haven't had an issue with that yet. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping I do not run into that issues. I probably played my Nintendo Switch for over 24 hours. I've been playing it and I've absolutely had no issues with latency. Hopefully I never do, but that's just something that I really loved and I was really grateful that, you know, I didn't have that issue. So now moving on to the dislikes and what I really hate about the Nintendo Switch. I don't hate, there's just stuff that, you know, I wish I didn't have an issue with, but unfortunately I do, is I'm noticing that when my Nintendo Switch is docked, in the actual dock, I probably have some images playing over here, but I'm having a problem where it overheats. And it's not necessarily overheating, it's more like it's just reaching a high temperature. And I know it has something to do with my room being hot already, and then, you know, the Nintendo Switch, that's its baseline, so it gets even hotter. But I've noticed this and the fan making a loud noise. Now I'm really concerned in the future because I don't want to put in a SIM card or have anything melt or have this product damaged because of my this heating issue that I'm having. But that's just something I did want to point out. I do not like the sound it makes. Obviously that's the fan doing its job, but I'm afraid that, you know, eventually it's just gonna reach a temperature where it's gonna heat up so much to the point where it's just gonna stop working. I don't like that. I don't like how hot it gets. It feels uncomfortably hot. It feels unsafe being that hot, and it's just something that right now, currently, from like playing this for 3 weeks, that's a main issue that I'm really worried about, and I'm really hoping it doesn't break. Because if you guys didn't know, this sells for roughly $300 if you buy this at a GameStop, Best Buy, Target. And yeah, that's my #1 issue that I really dislike about the Nintendo Switch, is the overheating. Now, continuing with the issues I'm having with the dock is scratching. Fortunately, I haven't had any scratches yet, but it feels sometimes when I'm actually putting my Nintendo Switch in the dock, it feels like it's gonna scratch. I feel like I've seen images in YouTubers, I'll link some down below, of people who've actually had like scratches on the side of their Nintendo Switch or on their screen. And if you're anything like me, I do not like putting screen protectors, especially since I know they had an issue where the screen protectors would melt on the screen. And maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, just let me know down in the comment section. But I don't like putting a screen on anything, on my phone, on my Nintendo Switch, on my iPad. I don't like putting screens. I like just being able to play it as is. And some issues that I've seen across the board that other YouTubers are having, fortunately I haven't had it yet, but every single time I'm putting it into the dock, I feel like it's gonna scratch, whether that's the back or the front. I don't want to scratch. If I paid $300 for this, I'm hoping for a finished product that doesn't scratch. Now, if you guys didn't know, the dock is squarish. So there are parts where when you're slipping it in, it can actually scratch the screen, which that makes me really nervous. I've looked into buying, it's called a sock that you put in the front of your dock, and that prevents your, you know, Nintendo Switch from getting scratched. I'm thinking about trying screen protectors, but I really don't like screen protectors. I like just being able to touch my Nintendo Switch. But besides that, that was my second problem I actually had with the Nintendo Switch. Moving on, the third issue that I've actually had with the Nintendo Switch, and this has come to a shocker because I actually love the Joy-Con like grip. I love this grip. I love how it comes in grip. But something I noticed while playing with my nephew in first player and second player, let me just pop these Joy-Cons out, is I hate how they feel by themselves. I hate, like, if you're anything like me, I'm 5'10", I have really, like, I have a big hand. I practically just have a big hand. And this just feels awkward. Like, if you guys can't see, this literally just feels awkward. Like, I feel like I'm missing something down here. And I know there's accessories that you can buy right off the bat to actually plop this into a controller and have a better feel. But I feel like I shouldn't be able to buy, you know, extra accessories just to be able to play with this. And also, that's just something to note, because if you don't like it like I do, you will have to end up buying a new controller. So that's something that I am looking forward to purchasing. I need to buy a pro controller. That's something that I'm having an issue with. I absolutely despise. Keep in mind, these are also my opinions. I absolutely despise how this feels by itself. I hate having these bottom two fingers empty. I'm literally just holding it with my thumb and my pointer finger, and it just feels awkward. I think it feels weird. It's not something that I highly recommend. I recommend you guys to try it out if you guys want to see how it feels, but it's just not something that I really love about the Nintendo Switch. Now, another issue that I'm having with the Nintendo Switch, and it's not really an issue, I knew this is how it came, it's the battery life for the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch comes with 32 gigabytes, if I recall, stock, but with the software and everything, you're probably left with 26 gigabytes. And if you guys didn't know, some games are really big. Like, if I recall, Legend of Zelda games takes over like 20 gigabytes, or Super Mario Odyssey takes like 7.6 gigabytes. Mario Kart Deluxe, it takes probably like 7 gigabytes. It's just, these games are big, so unless you're buying cartridge games, these games are, and downloading them off the store, you're gonna be spending a lot of your like stock memory that's in the Nintendo Switch. So that's just something you guys should know. If you guys are planning to buy all of online games, I recommend you guys to buy an SD card. Like, I'm looking into buying 128 gigabytes. But my first game, my Super Mario Odyssey, I actually bought cartridge because I didn't want to fill up my Nintendo Switch. I want to leave that for like leeway, just in case I ever want to buy a game that's only on the store. I want to have it available on the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, that's another issue I had. I hate how like a little amount of memory comes with it. 25 gigs. I feel like I could do nothing. That's like 4 games that I could buy off of this. 4 big games. But yeah, that's just an issue that I've actually had with the Nintendo Switch. Now, another issue that I've been having with the Nintendo Switch is the battery life. Nintendo officially stated that the battery life for this is 2.5 hours to 6 hours, depending what game you're playing, depending what software you're at, the graphics that are running. Now, if you're anything like me, I like playing my Nintendo Switch at maximum brightness. I hate it when people don't play maximum brightness. I like utilizing my Nintendo to the best capability, so I know that's another reason why my Nintendo dies. Yeah, like I'm saying, if you're anything like a big gamer, I play this Nintendo Switch a lot, and I'm finding a lot of issues where the battery is actually dying on me, and it's something that's really getting annoying because I don't have any portable chargers that can actually support the Nintendo Switch. So I'm finding myself had to drive home or not playing it, or either driving home and recharging it, which is something that I really dislike. I know there's accessories you can purchase, but some of these accessories are sketchy, and I don't want to purchase everything that, you know, is on Amazon or Best Buy. So that's gonna practically wrap up this Nintendo Switch review. Some disclaimers I do want to point out is that, keep in mind, these are my opinions. This is what I loved and liked about the Nintendo Switch. You guys might not love or like particularly what I said, but again, those are my opinions. That's how I feel about the Nintendo Switch. This has been my short review. If you guys want an in-depth review, I can give you exactly an in-depth review of what I liked and absolutely disliked about the Nintendo Switch. Keep in mind, I've only had it for a month. If you guys want a long-term one, I'll be more than glad to actually give you guys that. Something else I do want to mention that someone can forget when purchasing a Nintendo Switch is that a Nintendo Switch is an investment. So keep in mind, when you buy a Nintendo Switch, there's other stuff you have to buy. So there's games, there's a screen protector, accessories that you have to buy, carry case, pro controllers. It is an investment, so keep in mind, guys, if you're going out there to buy a Nintendo Switch, keep in mind that it's not just a Nintendo Switch you have to buy more accessories, and that's just something that's easily forgotten. I've had the habit of forgetting to buy. When I get a new phone, I happen to forget that I need to buy a case, and then I end up spending more money than I should. But that's just something to remind you guys. Overall, you guys, that's gonna be my Nintendo Switch review. If you guys liked my episode, please don't forget to leave a like. If you love my content, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I do post on it daily, and I try to respond to every message that's left down below. Overall, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this episode, because I definitely loved recording it. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.